All right, so if I didn't have enough stuff in here already, I thought I needed another project. So here we go. This is a 64 Chevelle SS, true SS, numbers matching, 327, 4-speed, single stage enamel, gold wood, yellow is the color. I've never been a fan of yellow. Matter of fact, I was gonna paint that blue or whatever different color because I just don't like yellow that much. But this color is absolutely freaking gorgeous. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm confused because, like I said, I don't like yellow, but I like this yellow for some reason. So let's take you a quick walk around the car. It's in really good condition. I'm sure it's an older restoration. And I could pick out the flaws for days and days, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do to it and show you the car because it's just a beautiful car. Four-speed. Interior is just absolutely immaculate. Doors shut great. You can see there he's put the tag on it, what it costs and the whole thing when it was new and all the, what it is, trim stuff. Let me show you the engine. Hang on a second. All right, so here's the motor, all original, 327, numbers matching. Really, really nice. Obviously the aluminum radiator wasn't stock and probably the air conditioner wasn't, but pretty cool. So yeah, it's really, really nice car. So what I'm going to be working on is the tail piece here. I haven't touched this. I haven't done anything. He just brought it to me this way. I think he got in a little too far and thought, man, this might be a little over my head. So, all this is just rusting out pretty bad around the seal. And it's rusted completely through under here. And so I am going to take this panel that he bought, that he was going to replace, and install it. And then I'm going to do the paint work. I'm going to go ahead and try to match this yellow, which is going to be fun, but it's under the bumper and under the trunk lid itself as it comes down, so you're not going to really see much of it. And I'm going to cut it right here at the seam sealer and weld all this back in, and then I'll just cut it right, the paint line right here. I don't think it's going to be possible to try to blend this. I'm not even that familiar with single stage paint. I use base coat clear most of the time. So, but anyway, that's what I got going on here. Said you can see the rust holes through the bottom, and so I'm gonna get after knocking this. There's Bondo on this, so I'm gonna knock this away and find the spot welds and start drilling those out and get this piece all out of here. And I may bring you along for that, just kind of show you how I'm gonna do that. This is really I try to tell him, and he's not really interested in wanting to do more work than that because the car is so nice. But this right here is gonna bite him in the butt eventually. That's a bubble, literally, of rust. There's another one here. Down that whole seam is gonna be that way. So a lot of that needs to be cut out and replaced. But he doesn't want to do that, and I understand, but again, within the next 5 years or so, that's going to rust through probably. So it is what it is. But again, I felt bad for him. I was like, look, he lives down the street from me. He knows I do this kind of work. And so I told him, I said, hey, just drop it off. And I'm not trying to, because he said, can I just undo this? Can I just weld this back up and put it back the way it was before I started cutting on it? And I'm like, well, you can, but there's like an 1/8 inch Bondo right here. So if you light up on that, that's gonna catch on fire. You'd have to take this back a ways. And it's gonna be it'll be more than he wanted to do. Plus you're leaving all that rust in there. So it's like, yeah, just leave it here. He probably played me. He's probably like, this guy's gonna feel sorry for me and do it for me. So here I am doing that. So anyway, but I enjoy it, and this is an absolutely beautiful car. So I'm gonna protect all the paint here and everything, get it covered up, and then I'm gonna start tearing away at this stuff and see what we got. So I'll bring you back. All right, let's get this filler off here so we can find these spot welds. Grab a blanket. Keep some of the stuff from flying around. Or hitting the paint anyway. Make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. Man, that's some good filler. be wondering why I'm doing it this way. I'm trying to keep the dust down to a minimum. If I was actually hit that with the 80 grit roll lock, it's just gonna shoot that crap everywhere. So I'm gonna try to keep that down. Hopefully you can hear me around the compressor. Once I grind that down, that ought to give me to where I can see where the spot welds are. Because I'm going to save this panel under here to use as a template to make my new piece. I'm going to have to do the same thing over here, so I'm not going to take you long for that, but I'll bring you back. There's it. There's that. So I'm gonna have to cut all that out. I'll make me a pattern, template, whatever. I'll take a piece of, I've got it somewhere. I was told if I was more organized, I could find my stuff. But anyway, I got big sheets of, it's not cardboard, it's paper, but it's thick paper. I can't remember what they call it. But anyway, it might be that long, so I may just tape it down, get underneath and scribe me a line and make that piece, cut that out and weld the piece that I make back in. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Like I said, I still got to take these off. I just wanted to take this off to see what I was working with, you know, straight off the bat, but that that'll fit in there like that. Of course, this will fit down underneath, and then I'll weld in here and here, and prime it all, and seam seal it, and then paint it. So, but I got the longest part obviously is going to be making this piece here, which is basically that piece there, which now that I think about it, that would be kind of cool. But yeah, that would kind of, if I had that piece, I could cut this out and then weld that piece back in. But that's the trunk floor pan. So we don't want to buy a whole new floor pan. Not gonna happen. So we'll just get that piece going. All right, guys. See ya.
clean that up and reuse it. I said, I think we can clean that up and reuse it. I have no idea what that piece was for. It makes no sense at all to me. This is the trunk. Comes over, has this little indentation in it, and it comes out. And then, for some reason, there's this piece in there that ran across here, and across here. That's a separate, this right here is a separate piece from the trunk, unless they were just trying to extend it out somehow, but what? I don't get it. Why? What's the point of that? Unless they're just trying to reinforce that somehow? I don't know. It's not something I'm used to seeing. Like I said, I'll probably go ahead and cut the rest of this off too, to use this line here and hopefully reveal a little bit more rust. Here, let me take my breathing thing off so you can hear me. Woo! Anyway, so yeah, cut this back to here. Go ahead and do the rest of this, and I'm sure I'll reveal more rust. It's probably rust, who knows how far, but I'm not going that far. I'm going to here, and that's where I'm stopping. Because I'm just replacing that panel. So yeah. That panel will basically go just like that. But again, I have no clue what the point is, unless there was, I don't know. I'm confused on that one. But anyway, I'll have to cut this out and cut this little piece here with this drip rail, because the drip rail, keep calling it a drip rail, but it will go underneath here and weld into that. So that'll have to come off. I think he was just going to cut this piece off here. And try to splice it in. But I don't think he realized that was going on underneath it. So I'm gonna have to figure out, I'll make a template, cut all this out, and section that piece back in. And as far as for this piece, hell, I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some homework to figure out what this little strip is. I don't get it. So if any of you guys know anything about these 64 Chevelles, let me know what this little panel in here was supposed to be, or does. All right, bring you back.
eventually, or you can stay with me because I can't turn it off. All right, here's what we got. I keep getting my finger in the way of the camera there. What? Let go. Get off me. So yeah, we had lots and lots and lots of rust. I probably showed this earlier. But not only did we have rust, these have been hit in the ass end. Here, and bowed up here. This hit in here, bowed this up. And to me, could be wrong. Take a little straight edge and look at there and you go, that looks pretty damn good. Put that same straight edge over here. And you go, hey, wait a minute. That don't look that good. So, thinking something hit in here-ish down that area. Not so much here or here, but right in here. And pushed all this in, crinkled it up. This was bowed way up like it was teeter-tottering, so I hammered dollied that back flat. I can't get to that because there's a brace under here. So the only way I'd be able to get to that, to pull these dents out of there, would be to pull with stud deals. But I don't know if I want to get into all that. It also looks like here is pushed, well, that's what we talked about, is pushed in here. And that may need to be pushed back out a little bit so that this panel, once it's fitted in properly, like that, this side looks pretty decent. It's not bad. I mean, I can work that out. And that's a seam for the seam sealer, so no big deal. This side, however, oh yeah, it wants to be a pain in the butt. It's about as close as I can get it. And so I'm gonna have to do some thinking and figuring and trying to figure out what's going on with it. Why that's so far out. Is it a bad part, or is it the fact that this car got hit? This really needs to go in quite a bit farther. In here it fits really nice. This is great. All the way across to there. It's like wonderful, beautiful. But that side, not so much beautiful. So, I was kind of trying to figure that out today. Instead of cutting all that out, I'm gonna make a whole new panel for that. Cut all that rust out of there, and that's not a big deal. This, however, is a bigger deal. At least to me it is. Because when you got a car that's been hit, as you know, it turns into a whole lot more than what you started out planning for. So I thought, well, it's gonna be an easy little patch, fix, deal, whatever. You know, no big deal. Well, not so much. It's gonna be a little more difficult, a little more challenging. So anyway, yeah, there's that. And the trunk, even with this pinched down, hang with me for a second. I don't know if I can do this without. Nope. You faded to black. All right. So putting that down there, bring the trunk down. You think, oh, it'd be closed perfectly, right? Not so much. It's hitting right there. That focuses. So that needs to obviously go in, but it's like, this is in there perfectly. This is kicked out. So to get that to go in, that's gonna have to be almost bent in, which that's a funky, you know, it's not like you can just grab it and flex it, you know, flex it in. So yeah, through here, focus. Anyway, it's all good. Well, you can tell this can come in a little bit, that's fine. But really this needs to come in a little bit to clear the trunk. And so, yeah, I just got to figure out how I'm gonna get that done. So it's a little bit more challenging than I started out thinking it was gonna be no big deal. And here we are. So that's gonna be it for this video. And so, yeah, you guys have a great one. See ya.